Gentlemen, let's talk. You're over 50, I'm over 50. And let's be honest, they're starting to change. You feel it, and I feel it too. And those changes, they're not slowing down anytime soon. It's like a roller coaster that's cresting over a big drop, and here we are looking down at the bottom. But it's no thrill ride. This is the average decline of the aging male. Men over 75 have the highest rate of suicide of any other group in America. Men 55 to 65, their suicide rate went up by 10% in 1 year. The average life expectancy for us men is 76 years old. For women, it's 82. That's a 6-year gap. I'm seeing all over the place women whose husbands have already died. When I go to senior housing or to an assisted living facility, it's like a women's club there. Like, where are all of the men? It's actually society's normal now for men to die and get debilitated earlier before their wives. There's actually a nursing home finder called a place for mom because they know 8 times out of 10, dad's already dead. And for those guys who haven't died before their wives, normally they are more debilitated and sick than they are that the wife ends up taking care of them. Do you want to be taken care of by your wife in the last 10 years of your life? 72% of men in our country are overweight or obese. 72%. And for us aging men, accumulating fat on our body seems to just be what happens as we get older. But should it really be that difficult to stay fit and in shape as we age? I know if you look around, getting overweight as we get older seems to be the normal, but it doesn't have to be. Guys, marriage is a mess for us men. 50% of all marriages end in divorces, and it's even worse for second and third marriages. But here's the kicker. 70% of all divorces are initiated by women. Social media videos are everywhere where women who are wives and mothers are saying they're leaving their good man because they just haven't found themselves yet or don't feel like they can be themselves in their relationship. What the hell is that as we're getting stranded? And the women who do stick around in their marriage, many of them become condescending and controlling throughout the length of their marriage. Man, I see this every day as men get systematically and stealthily beaten down by their woman over time. Eventually, the men start giving up their power away throughout their marriage and the woman starts controlling them. Guys, we're getting treated like shit in our marriages, and honestly, it's our fault. But I know for a fact this is totally correctable. Are there wonderful, kind, and supportive women out there? Of course there are, but they're not very common. Here's the deal. I've been a physical therapist for over 30 years, and I've seen all of this crap that I've just talked about with men play out thousands of times. But it does not have to be this way. As a man over 50, you can become stronger, more powerful, and more masculine every day. You can get more respect, become more valuable, and have more passion in your life than ever before. And as a wrestling coach of over 15 years, I'm gonna get on your ass so you start doing it. I'm Ken Kowalski. I'm 53 years old, and I've been a husband so far for 27 years. I have 4 kids, 3 boys who have been successful in their wrestling career, and a daughter who's a blue belt in jiu-jitsu. They can all kick some serious ass. For years and years, I have been religiously strength training and now still wrestling the heavy kids on the high school senior team, and that keeps me at a high level of physical ability. Being a PT for 30 years, now I'm working mostly with the aging population. And honestly, these guys in their 60s, 70s, and 80s, they're my future. They're my crystal ball. And I realized a long time ago that by learning to help them the best, I'm ultimately helping myself. I also train with guys who show me what's possible later years of life. One of my training partners is a 60-year-old guy, and he is a killer. He does 100 pull-ups and 100 dips every day just for maintenance, and he kicks my ass on the mat. I also had the privilege of working with a former Olympic wrestling coach. His nickname was Dr. Payne. Often I was the demonstration dummy for him when he would teach moves to the kids, and man, his body felt like iron. I mean, he even popped a couple of my ribs showing a couple of moves to the kids because he was just so strong. One day I finally asked him, what's your secret for being in such good shape at this age? And he looked me dead in the eye and he said, Ken, I just never stopped. In the beginning of practice, when the kids would be wrestling, all the coaches would be standing around talking, but Dr. Payne, he would be on the mat doing push-ups, leg lifts, and crunches. He was the real deal. On the flip side of that, my dad died decades ago when I was in my mid-20s. My father-in-law, he died years ago too. These were damn good men, and it's a shame that they're not around anymore. I would kill for my kids to know their grandfather better, my dad, but they are never going to. I had never seen those guys ever exercise or care about what they put in their pie hole, and their bad choices finally caught up to them, as they typically do. But you look at my mom and my wife's mom, they're in their 80s and they're still going strong and they're doing nothing to take care of themselves. Why? Because women don't have to. Staying strong and strength training in our later years is a plan that men need to follow, not women. And this decline of men is getting younger and younger as I see most 20-year-olds not even able to eke out a pull-up without staining their pants. What is going on? Look, most men past 50, they're slowly and silently sliding into death. And they don't even know it because they think that that's the normal aging process of a male. And it's not. They're giving the power of their health away and putting their health into the hands of their doctors, which is an enormous mistake. Most men in their later years, they stop strength training. They stop caring about what they're putting in their pie hole. They stop living a purpose that has passion for them. And they're agreeing to follow the other old workhorses into the glue factory at the end of their lives. Most men nowadays, they stop living a purposeful life. They stop leading in their relationships. And they stop gaining and acquiring new knowledge and skills. And worst of all, they stopped getting their daily shit done that they know they're supposed to do. Gentlemen, stagnant water gets foul and an idle man stops being a man. My mentor once told me, normal is not correct. Normal is only what's common. When you hear about normal values and studies and what's going on with the normal population and what you should normally expect to happen, none of that is correct. It's only what most of the other people are doing. But most people aren't fighting to thrive in their later years of life. Most men are choosing to sit back and relax and sending the wrong signals to their body. Look, our bodies speak one language and one language only, and that's survival mode language. For hundreds of thousands of years, men had to struggle to survive and to keep their clan alive and surviving as well as we led, hunted, built, protected, and procreated for our clan. If you are choosing as a man to stay struggling and keep strength training, you are sending those signals to your body of, I am needed, I am important, I need to stick around for the health of my clan, so I need to be as healthy and vital as possible so everyone can survive. But when you start getting lazy and sitting in your chair or laying on the couch, you're sending the exact opposite signal. And the language you're speaking to your body is, I'm not needed. Someone else has come up and has taken over my job. I'm wasting my clan's resources by being alive. I might as well die already. That's how men decline so rapidly with age. And if you don't think you see it everywhere, it's because men are getting propped up by medications and medical procedures by their doctors. If medical procedures and medications didn't exist, most of the men over 50 you see around you would be dead or dying right now. So here's one step to do today, guys. Stop identifying yourself with the normal around you. Stop walking with the average herd. Look at the average guy around you. Does he have what you want? His soft body, his boring life, his boring relationship, his aimless purpose. That is not what you are looking for as you get older as a man. So stop identifying with that and using their playbook later in life. Decide right now to rise above the normal you see around you and be a thriving man who's growing every day in his 60s, 70s, and beyond. So look, this is either making sense to you or it's not, right? I mean, already by now, you know if you're either in or you're out. And if you're out and you're not buying into any of this, I'm not going to try and convince you. But if you're in, you might want to think about subscribing below, because we're going to go over tons of information and training and tips to thrive in every aspect of your life. I wrote a book called Grow or Die, and it has 7 missions in it for men over 50 to thrive in all areas of their life, with lots of education. And we're going to be taking from that and going over a lot of that stuff on these videos here on this YouTube channel. And in the comments below, if you're in, type "I'm in." Give me a little information of who you are so I know who I'm fighting alongside as we work through this together. Gentlemen, I just want to leave you with a cold, hard truth. If you do nothing, time will work against you. But if you choose to change and take action today, time is on your side. But either way, time is going to pass, and then your time will come. At the end, are you going to have regret that you didn't utilize your true male potential? Or are you going to be proud of yourself that you finally became the man you always knew you could be? Failure gives some bruises, but regret leaves scars. Grow or die, that's the decision you need to make every day.